So let's talk about Star Trek. How did that, what was that journey like?
That was, it was really cool. I got an audition for a show that had a code name. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say what the code name is for the show, but I didn't know I was auditioning for Star Trek at the time.
Oh, so they don't actually, I
They
mean,
didn't
this
t-
is new to me.
They didn't
So
tell
if
me,
you're
no.
auditioning for something, you don't know what you're auditioning for.
No, I got
I learn
an
something new
email
every
from
day.
my agent, and they sent me an email saying, there's this new show. Would you be interested in this character? And I read the breakdown. It was a very short breakdown. And I was like, sounds cool. I'll try. Why not? And as I was reading it, I sort of had this idea. I was like, this character kind of reminds me of Spock. And that was the thought that I had about it. And so I did it thinking about Spock and how he would go about saying these lines. And I want to say I submitted the audition. This was a self-tape. This was during COVID. So there were no in-person auditions. It was all on Zoom or self-tape. And I sent in this tape, and within 48 hours, I got a call from Star Trek Strange New Worlds, from a producer on the show, saying, welcome aboard. And I went, I didn't audition for Star Trek. And I was like, oh, that's what, and they explained that this is what you did. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So yeah, it was a very exciting moment because, my dad and my, uncles and aunts, they grew up watching Star Trek. My mom wasn't as much of a Star Trek fan growing up, but my dad and even some of the people my dad worked with were huge Star Trek fans. And so
You were a big celebrity.
So when I got to share, because I wasn't allowed to say that I had done this or I had auditioned or shot it or anything like that for a while. And when I was able to share that, it was like, the reaction was, whoa,
You're a big
like
deal.
Star Trek? And I was like, yeah. It was very exciting. It was a really fun time, and everyone on the set was incredible. The director, Jordan Canning, she's amazing and was wonderful and so sweet. And like literally everybody on that show, from the costumers to hair and makeup prosthetics, everybody works so hard on the show and so passionately because they know that they're helping tell this story and carrying forward this legacy of a show. So
An
it's really
amazing
wonderful.
show.
Yeah.
What an amazing show.
Very cool.